I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of the Profitable PR Pros community and the founder of Generation PR, which is a full-service PR social media marketing firm here in Los Angeles. And we specialize in promoting beauty and cosmetics, baby and kids, and health and wellness brands. And we are going to talk today about, honestly, my favorite topic, which is starting your own PR firm. One of the questions we get asked the most, it's how do you get over the fear of making the leap? And the leap could be leaping into PR as a brand new, kind of new career path altogether, like I did, because I was a civil litigation attorney before I started my business. I feel like the new year is the best time to start thinking about going after your dreams, maybe, considering a big life change. And, there's so much flexibility and freedom and income potential that comes with running your own PR firm. There are certain things you can do that will help you ease the fear, give you more confidence, help you prepare. It's that preparation that gives you the confidence to move forward and, knowing that you know what you're doing, knowing the value that you provide to clients, all of that adds to your confidence level so that you can feel really like you're serving your clients in the sales process and confidently start your own agency, knowing that the service you're going to provide is probably even better than the service they could get at maybe a bigger, more established agency. We've seen that time and time again in our firm. They love the small firm. Clients love the small firm experience. They love working with small firms because they're getting access to senior PR pros that are seasoned, that have media contacts, that are going to be really involved in their campaigns. So I want to talk about ways that you can kind of squash that fear and take the leap, start your own firm. I mean, if I can transition from being a lawyer with no formal training, with no contacts, no experience, and I walked away from a six-figure nice salary at 27, 28 years old, and was like, I'm gonna give this a go. And I was kind of betting on myself, right? Like when you just are starting out, the odds stacked against you are really your confidence in your own ability. I mean, if you can conquer that, and that's what people talk about with the fear, it's then you can kind of see that with your business, sky's the limit. We're going to talk through like 5 different things that I want to recommend to you as you consider this transition. When you take this leap, the net will appear. It doesn't mean you should just up and quit your job without a plan. You should have some idea about what you need to do in order to become a successful PR pro before you fully commit to making that leap. So that's what I did. I had a plan in place. I also gave myself a runway, 6 months. I said, I'm going to do this for 6 months. And if I'm not getting traction or it's not working or I don't like it, I'm going to figure out something else and go back to law or whatever. What is happening here? So have a plan at least and a kind of a runway so you could take the pressure off of yourself to say like, this has to happen today, because nothing happens overnight. Nothing really happens overnight. You have to sort of build it and know that you're going to ramp up and give yourself that space to see your vision and see your dream through. So the first thing is kind of accept that fear. Most of us are scared of diving into the unknown, that uncertainty and unfamiliarity of not knowing what's going to happen. That's what lends to the fear. We're scared that things could go wrong. We're scared that we don't have control, that it's going to be uncomfortable, and maybe it won't go as expected. And that's totally normal. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to be scared. Taking this leap of faith and throwing yourself into the unknown, it's really rewarding. And it's these big risks that have big rewards. But think about the fact that a lot of people lost their jobs in this pandemic, and that's out of your control. So when you're in charge, you can pursue opportunities, you can put your foot on the gas, and that you're really betting on yourself. And that those moments of fear are kind of when you break through to the other side, the biggest growth tends to happen. So just know it's okay to feel that fear. And number 2 is it will get easier. So starting a new career, a new business, pivoting in your professional life. It's never easy, and at first it might be really hard, but staying in your comfort zone, it's not getting you where you want to be in life. So when you set these kind of big, hairy, scary goals, you need to kind of go down a path that's new and different and take the road less traveled in order to achieve those goals. And it's hard to do new things at first, but eventually you'll find your way and you fall into this groove, and you also discover things about yourself that give you more confidence. They show you what you like, and they also show you what you don't like. If you start to pay attention to those feelings you have and pay attention to the signs and symbols and things happening around you, you'll start to see a path for yourself and say, okay, tried that, didn't like it, never going to do that again. And you go in a different direction, and you look at all of these decisions and experiences as stepping stones. We always talk about stepping stones, and one thing leads to the next opportunity. So, it gets easier and you get more comfortable and you get more confident in what you're doing. Number 3 is start small. Taking a leap doesn't have to be this huge thing. You're kind of allowed to dip your toes in the water. So start out doing PR maybe for one client, even just as a one-off project as you're doing your current thing. That's how I got started when I was practicing law. I had a client on the side that I worked on unpaid, and I loved the work so much. I thought, if I can actually get paid to do this would be my ideal career. And that was the impetus to leave. My first paying lead ended up being the impetus to leave my job in law. So try it out. See how it goes. Try several different clients in different industries and see what you enjoy doing the most. And you can absolutely start your own PR firm as a side hustle at first before committing to it full time. Maybe you call yourself a freelancer, or start out with smaller clients, start smaller retainers, just to get that experience and see if you love it and what actually you do love about it. And then okay, I'm in, I'm all in. This is it. This is my dream. I love it. I'm going for it. So that's, a way to go about it. Start small. It doesn't have to be like rip off the Band-Aid and declare in grand fashion, I quit, and walk out in a huff. Like, plan for it a little bit and start small, love it, and then grow into it. And then another thing, find mentors. Find a mentor and ask questions. So one thing that causes fear is this unknown, right? You don't know what's going to happen. It's out of your control. So if you're starting to pivot and do this and you want to start your own business, there's going to be a lot of questions that go along with that. So one great way to ease fear that you might have is to get those questions answered. So you might be scared because you don't know how to handle certain situations, but if you have a sounding board, you have a mentor, you have a community, and somebody who's been successful, or a community of pros that are successful and sharing their experience with you, that's going to give you a lot of confidence and help you overcome that fear, because you have answers from informed people and you can learn quickly from them. So that's a great way to, learn and get confident. So I honestly am so glad. It's one of the best decisions I ever made, taking the leap from law and starting Generation PR. It was super scary at first, especially feeling like I might have been letting people in my life down, feeling like possibly leaving my career in law that I worked so hard for was felt like almost a failure in and of itself. But it wasn't. It was just another step in my path of stepping stones towards finding the thing that was actually the right fit for me. It's understandable if you might be a little nervous and you're venturing out into a new adventure, something completely different and unexpected in your life, but the end result is so rewarding and totally worth it. I promise you.